Hey there, book lovers! Welcome back to Wisdom Waves, where we dive into the heart of the best books and bring you quick, powerful summaries in just minutes. Today, we're diving into a fascinating and truly thought-provoking book that explores exactly that. It's called 5-Star Stranger and it's written by the incredibly talented Kat Tang. This isn't just a story, it's like holding up a mirror to our own lives and seeing how we try to find connection in strange, new, and sometimes heartbreaking ways. It's a book that truly matters because it makes us think deeply about ourselves and the people around us. Let's first talk about the author itself. So, who is Kat Tang? Well, she's a really special writer. She went to Columbia for her writing studies, which is a big deal. And her stories? They've appeared in places like The New Yorker, which is a super famous magazine. Kat was born in China, moved to Japan, grew up in California, and now lives in the busy city of New York. What makes her writing stand out? People who've read 5-Star Stranger say it's fresh and moving, truly a genuine original, and even smart and slick. She doesn't just tell a story, she asks hard, important questions about what really connects us as people. In fact, some folks are calling 5-Star Stranger a moral tale we need in these troubled times. That tells you how much this book can make you think. Now friends, let's meet the people who make this story so interesting. First, we have our main character, the narrator of the story. And here's a cool secret, we never actually learn his real name. That's part of the mystery and what the book is all about. He's a good-looking guy, tall, with a mix of Asian and European features. His job? He's a for-hire stranger. He literally sells his company and acts like different people for money. He's like a chameleon, changing his look and even his voice for each job. He's a total perfectionist. The big reason he does this job is because he's trying to make up for something he believes he did wrong in his past. Meet second character Lily and her mother. Lily is a smart, sweet, and very observant little girl, almost 10 years old. The narrator plays her father, and she truly believes he is her dad. Lily's mom, Marie. She's a very hard-working lady who has a tough job. She uses the rental stranger service to make sure Lily has what looks like a normal, stable family. Even though she needs him, she's also a bit stubborn and proud. Next up, Dolleen Stone. She's a quirky student who's writing a novel, and she hires our main character to act like her alcoholic brother, Serge. Dolleen is super smart and often sees through people's acts. She pushes our narrator to think about himself in new ways. And finally, there's the old man. Our narrator often bumps into this older gentleman at events like funerals and weddings. He's another very experienced rental stranger who's been doing this job for a long time. He has a very serious and sometimes sad view of what it means to connect with people. So now friends, let's talk about the place where this story takes place. The story mostly takes place in the bustling, exciting city of New York. We travel with our character from fancy restaurants on the Upper West Side to the busy streets of Canal Street, where he lives in a small apartment. Later, he even moves back to sunny Los Angeles. The story happens in our modern world, where apps and social media are everywhere, and people are always connected to their phones. Now, the big idea behind the story is truly wild. Imagine a world where you can literally buy human connection and relationships. It's a world where an app called Rental Stranger lets you hire someone to be whatever you need, a friend, a date, a family member, even a fake husband or dad. But the book asks, what happens when these perfect, 5-star transactions actually make people feel more lonely inside? It's like, can you truly buy happiness or real love? Let's get into the adventure of 5-Star Stranger. Act 1, the setup, our hero's secret world. We first meet our main character, who's really good at his secret job. He's a rental stranger, meaning he pretends to be different people for money. He helps a woman named Rachel make her ex-lover jealous by pretending to propose to her. He has strict rules, like no real feelings and no illegal stuff, to keep himself safe and separate from his jobs. He does all this because he feels like he needs to make up for something sad that happened a long time ago with his mom. His most important job is being a dad to a sweet girl named Lily and a husband to her mom, Marie. He loves being Lily's dad, even though it's all pretend for money. He cares so much he even buys Lily a fancy new coat out of his own pocket. He also meets other interesting clients. One is Ajay, a rich banker who hires him to act like a young intern and help him pick up girls at a club. But our hero won't do anything he thinks is truly wrong, even if it makes Ajay angry and gives him a bad review. Then he meets Darlene, a creative writer who hires him to play her alcoholic brother so she can write her novel better. Darlene is super smart and asks questions that sometimes make him think about his own life, even though he tries to keep his feelings hidden. Act 2, the trouble begins, the lies get tangled. As time goes on, things get tricky. Lily, who's growing up fast, starts to notice that something feels a little off about her family. She even hears her mom talk about a weird arrangement. She also starts getting emails from her aunt, which is actually Darlene, pretending to be his sister. At the same time, Marie, Lily's mom, is having a tough time at her job and is also getting close to a new man named Michael. This makes our hero feel really worried, and he starts to realize he has real feelings for Marie and Lily, which breaks his most important rule about not getting attached. Darlene, seeing how complicated things are, believes that this pretend family is actually hurting Lily. She threatens to tell Lily the truth about her dad unless he does it himself. Our hero gets scared and even tries to make up a story to Lily that Darlene is unwell and shouldn't be trusted. But Lily is too smart, and she can tell he's not being completely honest. Act 3, the big change, truth and new beginnings. Feeling trapped, our hero talks to Marie about Darlene's threat and even offers to stay on as Lily's father for free, forever. He desperately wants to keep their family together. But Marie, who is also looking for something real, tells him it's time for him to leave. She calls him a parasite who feeds on other people's loneliness and stops them from growing. This is super painful for him, especially because he truly loves Lily and thought he was helping them. In this difficult moment, he finally realizes something very important. His whole life, he thought he was a villain who caused his mother's death. But he learns that her indifference, not caring much about him, was the real problem, and she chose to leave because she was sad about her own life. This understanding is a huge relief, and he starts to forgive himself. So, our hero makes a very brave choice. He deletes his Rental Stranger app profile, getting rid of his old job and all those fake identities. He leaves New York and moves back to Los Angeles, where he grew up. He starts writing a letter to Lily, not as her fake dad for pay, but as someone who genuinely loves her and wants to share his complicated story. He understands that Lily and Marie are strong and can be happy on their own. This is his way of giving love, truly, without expecting anything back. Friends, let's talk about the theme of this book. This book is full of big ideas and cool symbols. First is identity and masks. Our main character is always changing who he is, wearing different masks for his job. This makes us ask, when you're always pretending, who are you really? The book asks that powerful question, who are you truly, deeply inside, and if nobody cares to know it, does it even matter? It makes us think about our own masks, the different ways we act around different people. Second is loneliness in a connected world. Even though we have so many ways to connect with people online, this book shows that people can still feel incredibly lonely. It makes you wonder if all this easy connection actually makes us feel more alone in the end. Third one is the illusion of family. The main character creates a perfect family for Lily, but it's built on a secret. This theme makes us think about what a family truly is. Is it about being related by blood, or is it about real care, love, and connection, even if it starts out as pretend? Fourth is atonement and forgiveness. Our hero's whole job is his way of trying to make up for things he thinks he did wrong in the past. But by the end, he learns that true forgiveness, especially for himself, is much more complicated than just doing good deeds. At last is maps and simulacrums. Lily loves maps, and they are like copies of reality, always changing. This is a special symbol for how our hero creates copies of relationships. The book even uses a fancy word for it, simulacrum, which means a likeness or representation of something. He's always trying to make a perfect copy, but real life is messy and always changing, just like a map. Before we end our review, here are 2 quotes that really stick with you. First, from Crystal Hanakim, who praises the book, saying it's a fresh and moving portrait of loneliness in a society where a swipe of a finger can buy you a friend, a best man, and even a father. How long can we purchase companionship before our sense of self shatters? What this means, this quote perfectly captures the main idea of the book. It makes us wonder, if it's so easy to buy friends or family, what happens to us? Do we lose who we really are if we're constantly pretending or paying for relationships? It's a scary thought. Another great one, from Jin Woo Chong, a novel about a for-hire stranger who cycles through a carousel of identities for paying clients with myriad intentions. It asks an important question: who are you, truly, deeply inside, and if nobody cares to know it, does it even matter? What this means, this quote goes right to the heart of our main character's journey. If you're always acting, always playing a part, do you even know your true self? And if no one ever sees the real you, does that part of you just disappear? It's a powerful question for all of us in today's world, where we often show different versions of ourselves online. Lesson learned from this book are: this book truly makes you think about your own life and relationships. One big lesson is that sometimes, we all pretend to be someone we're not, whether it's to impress others, fit in, or just avoid hurting feelings. But the book shows that real connections are often messy and complicated, not always 5-star perfect. And guess what? Those messy parts are what make them truly real and valuable. It also teaches us about forgiveness, not just for others, but for ourselves. Our hero learned that he wasn't really a villain, and sometimes, letting go of a fake idea of happiness can lead to a more honest and fulfilling life. It's okay not to be perfect, and it's okay for relationships to be real, even if they aren't always easy. So, after hearing all about 5-Star Stranger, what do you think? In a world where you can buy almost anything, what do you think is truly priceless? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love reading what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, share it with a friend who loves a good story, and don't forget to subscribe for more book reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.